The number one corruption fighter in the entire history of Nigeria is President Tinubu. Jesutega Onokoasa says, can you imagine? Onokoasa saying that Tinubu is the best corruption fighter. He has not started though. We need to see his people, okay? Somebody like Bajabamila hand need to look at him. Somebody like the Tunji Ojo, we need to see him. There are somebody like Bayan Onuga. All the people he has put, we need to see all of them because the amount of corruption that is going to sweep under this government is going to be worse than what happened under Buhari. Why they're just dealing with Beta Edu is because she was just exposed. That is the truth. Now they have dragged Tunji Ojo into the saga. Let's see what is going to happen to Tunji Ojo. So these people, Jesutega is an APC person anyway. He has to speak for his party. A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress and legal practitioner, Jesutega Onokoasa, states that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has never been relentless in fighting against corruption. He stated that some of Tinubu's appointees trying to engage in corruption would witness the tough side of the president. So how did he himself come to power? Is it not by corruption? I beg you. So according to Onokoasa, who was speaking on the suspended Nigerian Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Beta Edu's fraud controversy, pointed that the president has zero tolerance for corruption since he was Lagos State Governor. Ooh. All the allegations against him about Alpha Beta, where are we? Okay, who owns all those properties they've taken along Lekki Express, starting from Lekki Phase 1 and starting from VISF? Speaking to Arise TV, the APC chieftain said the optics are really, really disgusting, and that is just the bitter truth. It appears that some people are taking our president for granted. Some ministers have only seen the dove side of Tinubu. They are about to see the lion side. Okay, so the president is not a chop person. Ooh, can you imagine? The number one corruption fighter in the entire history of Nigeria is President Tinubu. He started it from an architectural standpoint. So he started blocking leakages. A lot of Nigerians don't even know what our president has been doing. He, Tinubu, has been blocking leakages in the government, strengthening institutions, strengthening accountability, and that is what he did in Lagos. Oh, my friend, go and sleep. So how this budget that is so bloated with the cabinet that it has the highest bloated cabinet in the history of Nigeria, what is going to happen to all of those? Meanwhile, the suspended Humanitarian Affairs Minister, Dr. Beta Edu, has been ordered to hand over to the ministry's permanent secretary. Also, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has on Friday given directive that all activities related to the National Social Investment Program Agency, NSIPA, be suspended for 6 weeks amidst investigations into the ministry. Can you imagine? So this is exactly what is Jesutega Onokoasa is trying to tell Nigerians. But does it mean that Tinubu is not corrupt himself? Okay, with all the things about Tinubu that have been swept under the carpet, okay, all his age, all his fake record about his education, and all the alpha beta matter, and a lot of things on that came on him that judiciary was heavily paid to sweep them over, and now you're telling us that this is a case of pot calling kettle black. That is the truth. Because if Tinubu is to be properly investigated and brought to justice, he cannot escape judgment. That is it. So Jesutega Onokoasa is just speaking because he is an APC person. He has to speak for his person. If not, no. I disagree with what Jesutega Onokoasa is trying to say. There are people here reacting to what Jesutega Onokoasa said. Let's get into the meat of their reactions. Some say no matter what you do for some mischievous people whose candidate 2023 election lost woefully, they can never see any good on others they do not like. Wait and see, the Gaban will shock many. By God's grace, okay, we lead Nigeria for 8 years. Okay, oh. Yes, even if you lead for 8 years, as long as it's leading on what has been seen and observed as injustice, nothing. He came to power on a mantra, in fact, on a very wrong platform. Some anti-corruption support citizens initiatives agree that President Tinubu is a no-nonsense leader in the fight against corruption. So every responsible Nigerian should support him. Nigeria is supposed to be greater than today's level of development, pure. Not be only, let him reverse the issue of exchange rate, the fuel pump price, let the economy get back to where it was and improve on it before we say it. Anything he does that does not affect the common man is no job done, whether I like it or not. Tinubu will take Nigeria out of woods. Okay, oh. Jesutega, no one asked you to heap praises of Mr. Tinubu. Mr. Tinubu is only doing what a healthy president would do. Unlike what? Agbako what? Unlike the Agbako of Buhari, the useless man that allowed Fulanis to loot our treasury with reckless abandon. Is that what you think? Look at what the kind of corruption that is going to go under this Tinubu's government will be worse than the one that happened under Buhari. You will see it. So I wish you well, Mr. President. I believe, therefore, the end of the year, Nigerians will perceive the transformation, and Baba Tinubu will transform Nigeria. I just praising him. Someone say, who is a baron of corruption? Who is the worst rigger ever in Nigeria history? Tell me the worst election ever in the history of this country. Sycophants. They are all sycophants. That is true. That is true. Someone say, prove a sycophant like you just because of Edu's case. All those thieves loaded in his cabinet. You must be out of your mind. Exactly. There are thieves loaded in his cabinet. Someone like Baja Bemila, they need to torchlight him very soon. There are so many people in that ministry that, in fact, oh my God, even the budget considered these people. And somebody say, how could a criminal certificate forger, looter, alpha, beta, Lagos tax collector, okay, and somebody say killer, Funshaw Williams, and a notorious drug lord genuinely fight corruption? Nothing good will ever come from an evil man. Nigeria is finished under the criminal in power. That is that person's view. Praise singers, don't mind them. They are praise singers. Because he is not a chop president, but he is still collecting his percentage in Lagos. Who is fooling who? Mr. Jesutega. Exactly. Has he stopped collecting pension from Lagos as former governor? Has he stopped collecting any entitlement as a former senator? So he's collecting all of those things and now collecting as president. Is that not double dipping? Is he not supposed to stop all of that? My friend, you should go and sleep. So how more ridiculous can a person get in his comment? Corruption is the greatest fighter of corruption. Please let us not be in a hurry. Let us not be in a hurry about these things. Time will show us it is possible for corruption to fight corruption, of course, but that senior corruption must first visibly undergo a repentance. Otherwise, it will all be an abracadabra, an oxymoron, simply an unsustainable show off. Okay? God bless the new Nigeria that is entirely possible and already on the way. MC. Exactly. Corruption cannot fight corruption. It's not possible. Before corruption can fight corruption, the senior corruption must have repented, genuinely repented, and do restitution. That is it. So that's what Jesutega is saying, calling Tinubu the best corruption factor in the history of Nigeria. Now, wow. All these are sycophants. I don't know what they're getting. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.